Be positive. I know. Five local builders have very rapidly reducing heating charges. Now, the big line is quite large. We managed to get the existing mountain lines into 50% of their space temporarily, but I really want to do it quickly so that they get no hotels. So, anti-fire space links the standard broadcast and then very savings. Then with more space forces to be made available to them. Outliers, the overall, the moment that people it seems to be mountain lines will see this mass as well. Yes.
Hello.
Hello, Mary. How are you?
Yes, I've come on a bit early just to make sure I've got it right.
That's what I was doing. I haven't done a Zoom for a long time. Let me just turn the news off.
Oh, there we go. How are you, Nikki? All right?
Yeah, I'm good. How are you?
All right. Got in easy, no problem.
Good. Yes, I've just gone straight in. Oh,
yeah. Was Martin joining you? Is he?
Yes, I've just called him. He's washing up.
Oh, he's washing up.
Let's hope we get a few more this time.
Yes, I think they've been doing quite a good job getting the figures, the requests out to everybody. So we may have throughout the county far more this time, I think.
Hopefully.
I hope anyway.
Yeah. Come on, Martin.
Mary, you know, I mentioned earlier that there was a raise hand facility.
Yeah.
It's in reactions.
It's in reactions. Where's
it's in reactions. So if people in the icons that people can see, that should be able to bring up on the bottom or the top of their screen. If they touch reactions, there's a raise hand facility. So if you direct them to that.
I can't see it. Hold on. Oh, it keeps going. Okay.
Yeah, you have to. So it disappears after a while. But if you touch your screen, it brings up the menu at the bottom with all your mute, video, participants, chat, reactions, etc. So it's the reactions.
Oops, I've lost you.
We can see you.
Yeah, good. I've lost you.
How have you?
Yeah, I've lost it.
I can see. Oh, yeah.
They can still see me, but I've lost it.
Hello.
He's come.
Hello.
Hi, Martin.
Hello, 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 hello.
Hi.
Wonderful, yes, absolutely wonderful. Oh, yes. Very good indeed. Worcester Prostate Cancer Support Group.
Wait a minute.
Get support. Oh, here we go again. AGM. Into that.
Hello, hello, Alison.
Hello.
I
I can
can't.
see nothing. All right. Okay.
Hello.
Oh, shut up. I'm seeing nothing. Ah. Can you see me?
Can't see what about with reactions there.
Well, I can see 4 pictures. I can see Mary. Hello, Mary. Happy New Year. Hello, my darling. Happy New Year. That's
Happy
Alison.
New Year.
Alison. Yes. Hello, everybody else. Can you see me?
Yeah,
Do you
we can
know
see
what?
you.
We
Loud
can.
and
We
clear.
can't see
Oh,
you.
you can see me. Oh, that's good enough.
Can hear you as well.
Right, we can start. Oh, that's all right.
No, we can't. No, we can't. We've got
No, we can't.
7 minutes yet.
I'm far too excited.
Yes.
Hi, Dan.
Here we are.
Hi, Dan.
Oh, damn.
Hi, Dan.
Alison and Paul.
Alison and Paul, yes. I might go on Mike's
Paul.
back.
Well, I got Alison, I got Paul. Oh, isn't
So,
it?
Trevor, what's
Yeah.
your actual name, please, just for the minutes?
It's Trevor Ching.
So that's your name there on the screen.
That's my
Trevor
name.
Ching.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
I'm from Cornwall.
Cornwall,
Oh,
yes.
okay.
How are you? How are you doing?
I used to be. Pete Corbishley used to be my buddy when I was going through it, and when I was given the all clear, we moved down to Cornwall, and I'm in the process of setting up a group down here.
Well done, well done.
We're
Whereabouts in Cornwall are you?
I'm in a Luggan. It's about 10 mile away from St Ives.
Oh, lovely.
Oh, a lovely part of the country,
Yeah.
that is. Beautiful.
20 minutes walk to the beach.
Oh,
Perfect.
Oh, yes.
We're all envious.
Here we are,
Not at the moment.
Have you got many members for your group?
We started last year where the 3 of us started it up. We had a meeting yesterday and we had 12 people turn up. So it's slow, but we're getting there. We meet at North Cornwall at the Cornwall Hospital once a month.
Oh, that's good. And the hospital give you the room for it. We started off at the hospital.
Yeah, they give us a room. It's the Macmillan Cove Centre, so it's all been set up. So I've got things coming up on. Yeah, it's all been set up there, and they give us a room once a month, and then they refer anyone who's diagnosed. They'll refer them to us or give us the leaflets.
Hello, Chris Marsh.
Hello, Chris.
Hello there.
Chris.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Smart, Chris.
Sorry?
Said you're looking very smart.
Well, I thought I ought to.
We're all casual at home.
You've got your apron on.
You can't see if I've got my trousers on, can you?
Well, that's true.
No,
You might
no,
have
that's
pajama
true.
bottoms on that underneath all of that.
Right. So be a few more to come, I take it.
We never know. We never know how many we're going to get. We don't usually get too many, but there's still quite a few committee ones to come on.
Very good.
Well, it's only 5 to yet.
As I say, we're early yet. Yeah, we're giving us time for a chat.
That's exciting.
Hi, Derek.
I can see you. Well, can you see me?
No.
No.
Put your camera on.
We don't want to see you, Derek.
No, here we are. There's a few coming on now. Peter. Hi, Peter.
Hello, Mary. Hi.
Hiya, Peter.
Hello. Good to see you.
Well, hi, Peter. It's Ian Hayward.
Hello, Ian. Hello. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Good. All right.
I look forward to seeing you when you come down to Cornwall.
Hello, Trevor.
Aye.
Right, okay.
Hello, Derek.
There's Derek Beard now. Yeah. Where are the Markles and
I lost them. That's probably why you're
Bill?
up now.
That's all right then.
It was just Mary and myself.
Hello.
Is that Phil?
Yeah, it is. Evening.
Good evening.
No problem.
You all right?
Yes, thanks. You?
Good.
Good.
Somebody else coming on. I can't see all the names.
Some.
So the person who's got Sue on their screen, can I have your name, please?
Sorry, yeah, it's Phil Rudd.
Okay.
Sue's,
I've
I'm on
heard-
the laptop at the moment, so
I've heard of you.
Yeah, mine always comes up as Mike's iPad. It's mine really, but there you go.
Your camera.
And you want Ian on as well? Did you get Ian's name, Nick?
Yes, I can see that.
Yeah.
That's looks like a normal name.
Okay.
Ian, have you got something blocking your camera? Ian? Ian Haywood?
Hello.
You've got something.
Blocking your camera?
I don't think so. I'm not sure.
It might be a finger. It looks like it might be something in the corner of the screen.
You got your finger on it.
Is that better?
No.
You need to look at the actual camera and what it's got in between it and you.
Better.
It's your hand.
It's your hand.
Yeah, it was my thumb actually.
Okay.
Still there?
It's still there. Yeah.
Is Gordon could just come on? Hello, Gordon.
good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Gordon. Hello, Gordon.
Nice to see you all.
Phil and the other Phil. Oh dear, sorry, I've turned my phone off. It's very loud.
I'm not unmute.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Is that Val?
Yes, it is. Can you hear us?
We can hear you, but can't see you. Put the
Oh.
camera on.
Camera, where the hell's the camera? Oh,
It's usually at the top.
oh, it's playing Silly Devils tonight.
I think it's down the bottom somewhere.
Is it? Leave more record.
Yeah,
So
down
the
the
camera
bottom
says
next
on
to
it
It's
stop
down the
video.
bottom.
Oh, start
Yeah.
video.
It says stop
Ah,
video. That's
Yay.
it.
There,
Yeah.
yeah. Hi.
Good evening.
Lots of white people there.
Martin.
Can't see me.
Martin, you just
Good evening.
Hello, Paul. Hello,
I
Paul.
can see you.
Good
Oh,
evening.
yeah, that's very good, Paul. Yes.
Can I go further back? That bit help.
Ah, there's
Hello.
Val. Hello.
You won't get the full image.
All right.
I see you're still domesticated, Martin.
Oh, yes, yes. I got my pinny on.
I've just got in from the washing up.
Well, I never stop. You know, my hands are red raw with washing and ironing. And says,
I got tears coming to my eyes, Martin.
Get
Yes,
some
we do.
gloves. Get some washing up gloves. You need proper good gloves.
Oh yes, marigolds, because you've got all that hot water. Essential.
Right. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 12 on my screen, but that doesn't mean to say there aren't more, but I can only get that many on my screen.
Yeah, it seems to be about 16 total.
Is it 16 now?
Yeah, 17 now.
Yeah.
You want them all on?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, speak.
Evening, everybody.
Gallery view.
Good evening.
There you go.
I say the 3rd of November, Thursday. 3rd of April.
Wow.
Yes.
Wendy,
Hello.
and Trev.
Hello.
Wendy and Trev.
Hello, Wendy.
Wendy and Trev.
Hello. Oh, is that mine?
Oh,
Just turned it off.
oh it's Dan.
Wendy,
Yes.
Can I have the name of the person sat next to you, please?
Trevor.
Thank you. Just grabbing all the names as they come on the screen. Down the bottom of my screen, I've got some that just says Phil.
Phil Rudd.
There's several Phils.
No, I'm at the
No,
top.
I've
There's
got
too many
Phil.
Phils.
Phil is Sue. There's another Phil.
Yes, Phil Albert. He was at the meeting that we were in.
What was the surname? I didn't catch the surname.
Phil.
Phil Goodall.
Is that Phil Goodall?
That's me.
Not... Thank you.
Sorry.
That's Phil Goodall, and yeah, okay.
Okay.
Phil.
Hmm?
Terrible.
I've got tea.
Right, I think that's it now.
It says there's 19 people.
Hey?
19 people.
It said there's 19 people.
Well,
Is that right?
There's two on some screens.
Got somebody at the door.
Okay, I'm just going to mute everybody that's not going to be talking, just so we don't have any noise issues.
Yeah.
Okay. Have you received any apologies, Nikki?
I haven't actually, and I think
I have on the email.
Have you?
Oh,
So
who from?
I'll send them to Nikki.
Yeah. Okay.
Afterwards.
Yes. Okay.
When?
Right. Shall we start then? You're going to shut us down? Well, leave me on for a bit.
All good to go?
Okay. All right. Well, thank you very much for everybody who's turned up. Thank you. It's very good of you to do so. I know it's not always interesting, but it's something we have to do as part of our organisation. So thank you very much. I've got no apologies because nobody's going to put them through, but Alison's got them, thank goodness, and we'll put them on the report when we've finished. Minutes of the last meeting, annual general meeting last year. Has everybody had a look at those? Is there anything, comments to make from that? I've got to say that you've got to put your hand up if you want to make a comment. No, okay. So that's all right. Then we'll sign that paperwork, Nikki, and put it away. Right. I'm just going to start off then with, I've got matters arising, general matters arising, anything to talk about there? No, from the minutes, no. Okay then, right, we'll go into my report then. I'm aware of the growing of our organisation and all the extras that are being added on to our events. We now have 6 coffee and chats and 6 open meetings with speakers and monthly meetings for the partners group. We're also now doing at least 3 PSA testing sessions and sometimes some add-ons from other organisations. So we have to involve other people sometimes for these events to cover. It's a fact that more people are needed to help us run some of these events, and we're very grateful to the people who do volunteer to help us in these events. Very often, you know, travelling around the county and helping us at different events. It's been very useful, and we only you know, should stick really. I think my personal feeling is stick to things that benefit our group, because it's getting so much more work in it really. The numerous, basically, I need to talk about the fact that I'm stepping down, as you're probably all aware by now. I started this group back in 25 years ago, and I've been doing it for 25 years, but unfortunately with problems with my husband's health and doctor's appointments and hospital appointments for both him and me throughout the year, it's been quite hard going. And I found it rather overtaking my life as a wife, mother and grandmother. This is contributing to my stepping down from the chair and passing on to Alison, who has already proven her benefits to the group. And I'm sure that we will take things through into the future with Alison's work, because it's far more advanced than my future brain, I'm afraid. I will be staying on as a trustee for at least another year to help Alison and to see the improvements, but hopefully with not so much pressure. Our last year was one of the busiest years our group has ever had. One of the greatest factor is the number of the new members, 70. I think the final number was 70 that we had throughout the year. And then it's the highest figure we've had for many, many years. The social side of coffee chats, where we encourage newly diagnosed men to join us, has proven how important these events are. And thank everybody who organised one for us this year. Phil Rudd, Donovan and John Moss in Kidderminster. Peter organised several events around the south side as well. So the open events we had last year were also very important to helping newly diagnosed men, which is really one of the things we built this group for, you know, so we could help newly diagnosed men, especially the men who are already members of the group, and that does work out beautifully. We started with the first meeting at Wychavon Civic Centre on Tuesday, 19th March last year, with a discussion panel, Paul Rajaban and a GP. I'm afraid I haven't got the names of the GPs. There's 2 GPs as well. This was followed by a meeting at the Harrier Social Club on Monday, the 22nd of April, when the guest speaker was Sarah Gray from the National Support and Development Officer of TACL. TACL is the organisation that oversees all the prostate cancer support groups throughout the country, and Sarah's doing a wonderful job for them. On Wednesday, the 12th of June, next was the Wychavon Civic Centre, where the guest speaker was Ian Smith, who it was an amazing speech. He has been diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, but it did not stop him raising money for Prostate Cancer UK, and was active with the Boys Need in Bins initiative. So he's helped us by putting these messages around the country, around the county, and lots of people are benefiting from that now. And the Harrier Social Club followed that in Monday, the 15th of July, when our speaker was Adele McCarr, the consultant urologist surgeon. And it was almost a disaster because he didn't arrive. And of course, when we were moved out of this town hall, we couldn't get the Monday night bookings. We couldn't get the Tuesday night bookings that he used to come to when he's on call on a Monday, but he did turn up. Bless him, he was amazingly got there. And when he did his talk, everybody listened, believe me. It was a wonderful talk he gave. He talked about the robot and the installation. He talked about why people still need open surgery sometimes, and the importance of this, and the fact that he and Paul Rajaban are doing the open surgery occasionally. But it's not always, it's sometimes frowned on, but we all know that it's a safer way of doing things. So then the next meeting we had was again Wychavon, Thursday the 12th of September, and the speaker was Steve Allen. His talk was brilliant. and he talked about medication that's coming in the market and talking about things that were happening for change in the care of men with prostate cancer and when it's advancing. And I'm inviting him to repeat the talk again at Kidderminster and he's actually agreed to it this week to come in July. The next meeting at the Harrier Social Club last year was Mohit Mitra from the iMedicare Limited, and he gave a long talk about regarding erectile dysfunction and urinary incontinence. We have an awful lot of men who suffer quite badly following surgery and following radiotherapy when the bladder might be damaged, and it helped quite a few of the men there to listen and to go and talk to him about their problems and how to help. He was exceptionally good with his talk, and I think he reached out to a lot of people. So we feel that we really do need to contribute to our members' knowledge about what's going on and their help and what's available for them. So it was a good choice of some of the talkers we've had that have come to talk about things and help men who've gone through surgery, gone through radiotherapy, etc., chemotherapy as well. So I think we're doing the right things by getting people like Steve Allen, who's an amazing man with a great background, not only being a doctor himself and an anaesthetist, and he had prostate cancer and had quite a few serious problems. So I think it's important that we do share our knowledge with new members, especially. So from the start of this year, the South Worcestershire branch are starting off with a meeting at the Worcester County Cricket Club, New Road, Worcester, for an open meeting. I'm not sure who the speaker is, perhaps Peter could tell us later, but it's a new thing to try so that they're not just doing their meetings down in Pershore, they're actually going into the main city in Worcestershire. So that's we're going to see how that works out. We certainly enjoy the coffee and chat sessions we've had there. Our support and donations throughout the year, thank goodness, have been amazing. We've had some marvellous entertainment from the Kidderminster Male Choir, and they raised over £10,000 for this group. We couldn't thank them enough for all the work they did. They gave us some to spend, to put towards the PSA testing sessions we did, and also for to go support our group. So we were really delighted with that. And the Rainbow Trust is again one of our other regular donators, and they it's run at the Clibry golf course, where they do a tournament every year for not just us, several other cancer services, and I usually go along and just give a talk about what we do, and they give us our check, and they're very helpful. Throughout the year as well, we've had some very generous donations coming in, because the year before we overwent it, and we got back into the right level this year, thank God. But I think the PSA testing was a bit of a shake up to us, so we've found ways of covering some of that. Throughout the year, our committee have worked really hard for the organisation. Our last committee co-opted member stood down, Gerard Kenny. He organised members to help with collecting donations and various events, but because they spend so much time in the Southwest, he decided to step down so that he and his wife could enjoy their time down in Devon. So that was a big loss to us. We still want the volunteers, and I know Alison was asking if his list had been found. Has anybody found a list? That would be great for the names, or if not, we'll have to start again from scratch for the north. I know the south, we've got all the names that help us whenever we've got problems with going to events. Val Markle has decided to step down also, after many years of being the lady who helps at everything. She can and does so much work in the background that we don't even understand about. You know, she kept the things going for us in an amazing way. She's as a secretary from Kidderminster Hospital, and she added her knowledge to help us and get us through quite, well, many years. I can't remember how many years it is, Val, but it's a long time. And we can't thank you enough for that. She said she still helps us out at some of the events, obviously, but she's not able to stay on as a committee member any longer. Paul Markle stepped down from being the treasurer after 13 years, but will stay on the committee and continue his work raising money for the group and running the men's shared activities at the Leap Gates Centre. Thank you so much to Paul for his immense contribution to the group. It has been very much appreciated, and we're so pleased he's continuing with the group as such a valuable member. Chris Marsh, a retired accountant, has taken over the role as treasurer, and he's doing a marvellous job, and he'll be talking about our money issues later. But he's doing a wonderful job for us, and we're very grateful for what he's doing. Alison, as I say, is taking over at the chair, and she's already done this to a certain extent over the last few weeks to help me really and get herself used to it while I'm around to ask questions. So we're working together and making sure that we can get. Alison is really so far ahead of me in the way she thinks. It's amazing. She's wonderful, and her husband is a wonderful member to our group as well. And I'm looking for a member of the group to go on my panel in April, if you're available, Paul. That would be lovely. I think you'd be wonderfully good at that again. You missed it last time. Right. Nikki Langford is semi-retired from the hospital, and is now has taken on the role as secretary to the group. And she's amazing at it. She really does keep us all in our place where she knows exactly how to run things properly. She's taken on the minute secretary role as well, because we lost Marco all last year, and she's doing a wonderful job there. She will also lead on our 25th anniversary celebration taking place this year. More news to follow on that in the coming months, but I think we're talking about the Hartlebury Castle. Yes, I think so. That's what you mentioned the other day, and we will let you all know about it, because it's a big event. 25 years of keeping a group this size going is hard work, but it's wonderful work. Daniel Cook, techie man, creates our websites and manages all our digital activity. He also emails everyone who has given us an email address to let them know about all our activities. He videos the open meetings and he covers the events. He also does all the advertisements for our events on flyers, and we can't thank you enough for taking that on as well, Daniel. I know how hard you work, and I know you've got your own business as well to look after. Thank you very much. Peter Corbishley, our editor of the magazine, which gets better every year, is now doubled in size, the amount of pages we're doing, and it's going out to approximately 900 people. It's basically going to tackle other groups, doctors, surgeries, etc. And people are asking us for copies of this all the time, and we let them have the copies, because not only does it expand our information, it helps other people, other groups, and I think that's really quite important, because we've got a wonderful man, Peter, who does a wonderful job with the magazine. Derek Scully continues his work as a support coordinator and database keeper. He's joined now by our latest co-opted committee member, Philip Barrett, to help with the support contacts. And things are looking a lot brighter, I think, and hopefully we'll be able to get things working a bit better in the future. Just final thing on this report, We also have Di Fox's fitness classes on Zoom every Monday morning at 9:30 a.m. for an hour. It's a great help for men following surgery, radiotherapy, chemotherapy, and every member and their partners, if they want, can join us at 9:30, because these classes are not really hard to do. They're not. She works very closely with people with cancer problems all the time. So please join us if you are interested in keeping yourself fit and active, because she teaches you how to keep your body active. And that's the most important thing when you've gone through some of these treatments. It can be quite harsh. Thank you. So that's the chairman's report. Treasurer, oh no, I've got a little one. Yes, pushed in the middle as well. Right, changing the name of the group. I don't know if you're aware or you've noticed in some places online and everything, we're calling ourselves now Worcestershire Prostate Cancer Support Group. Daniel has been working hard on some lovely logos for us. And I just want to remind everybody that the reason we had some people holding us back in the past, because of course this group was founded in Kidderminster by myself as a CNS at Kidderminster Hospital, but I think it made the address, the name so long and so difficult to put on checks and everything, that it's made it easier to bring it down to Worcestershire, because we cover the whole of the county now, and quite a few other counties, to be honest. So I think we're doing quite well in that respect. But it's important that everybody's aware that it will change and our paperwork will change. I would like, if it's possible, when we do flyers again for the group, that we put underneath the name that we put founded in Kidderminster, just to remind everybody that that's where we started from, really. It means a lot to the people who helped me start it, and unfortunately most of them have passed away now, but you know, a lot of them, the men who helped me to start this group, have gone, but it's in their memory, really. Thank you very much. Chris, would you like to talk now, Chris, the treasurer?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Oh,
yep.
Okay, well, as Mary said, I am a retired accountant, and this is one of the things that us retired accountants get pushed into doing, I'm afraid. However, as I haven't met many of the members apart from those on the committee before, perhaps I'll just briefly mention that my own prostate cancer journey was in 2021. I was diagnosed in August of that year, but it was ended successfully by the removal of my prostate by a robot in Cheltenham Hospital. Nowadays, it would probably be in Redditch, but at the time, Cheltenham was the closest for me. I live in Droitwich, by the way, with my wife. In November of that year, I joined the group early the following year, 2022, and took over from Paul Markle in June last year, 2024, after his 13-year stint, which was quite considerable. So moving to the accounts, which Dan has now put on the screen. I don't know if people can see them, if they're large enough, Dan. Oh, that's better. You can move around. That's good. Okay. What we've got on this sheet of paper are our audited accounts for the year ended 31st of December 2024. And the section you're looking at the moment is the expenditure. Now, I'm not going to go through every number there, but the total expenditure in 2024 is shown as 29,434. Can everybody see that? More or less in the center of the screen now. That's it. Thanks, Dan. And across to the left, you'll see the sums of money that were spent on the equivalent headings in 2023, which was 32,000. Now, the reason for explaining this in this way is that significant savings were made, mainly on the newspaper advertising. Again, Dan can highlight that for us, because we spent nothing on that in 24. And I understand that there's been no significant fall off in attendance at meetings. But over the years, I imagine the cost of those newspaper adverts must have been rising year by year. So having not spent that, that's been a very useful addition to the bottom line for us. If you move across to the income side, Dan, if we could just go over there. Thank you very much. Again, you'll see an increase to 41,340 from last year's total of 26,000. And that's mainly come in the donations and sponsorships. I will mention something specifically about some of those in a moment. But as you'll see in 2024, the donations and sponsorships are just under 29,000, which I believe is the highest on record in a year. Interestingly, that's just under 2,500 a month on average. We've already had over 3,000 this month, so we've got off to a good start. The other items are shown there, the usual items, as with expenditure. But what it's meant as a year for a group, our income of 41,000 was obviously higher than our expenditure of 29. So we've got a surplus for this year of £11,906, so just under £12,000, which has meant if you move down to the balance sheet, on the left-hand side in 2023, we had our bank balances were 20,906 in the current account, £1 in the instant access account, and 11,000 on deposit with the charity deposit account, COIF. Now, if you move across to the right, Dan, if you could. Thank you. You'll see that the numbers now are indeed 12,000 or nearly 12,000 higher. And we've now got 12,000 in the current account. We've put 10,000 into the instant access, which gets us a small amount of interest. And we put another 10,000 onto a fixed term deposit, which gets us a little bit more interest, not enormous amounts, but we didn't need to keep all of that 20,000 odd on a day-to-day basis in the current account. So that's the situation, ladies and gentlemen. As I say, we've done very well with donations this year. Mary already pointed out the highest donation was from the Kidderminster Male Voice Choir, who through their the donations they received to support them, plus the sale of tickets for the concert at St George's Church in Kidderminster, raised a total of £10,200 for us. In addition, the next highest one was the Rainbow Trust that Mary mentioned, also 5,000. And then the Worcester Ambassadors gave us 3,365 towards some PSA testing, and they've promised more this year as well. So that explains about 18,000 of that. Various other donations, including various Rotary and clubs and Masonic lodges, and a couple of individuals, or a few individuals actually, gave us the proceeds of their 10K run in Worcester. So we've been supported very well by some very good people. These accounts are available on the website for you to download, and I can give you the full details of anything to do with donations to anyone that wants them. But has anybody got any questions? There we go.
Yeah.
Are you showing them where the download comes into it? No. Treasurer.
What's happening?
I don't know. It's not me.
No.
Dan,
Daniel?
I wondered if Dan was trying to demonstrate how to download something, but maybe not.
Daniel, can you hear us?
Yeah, just showing where to download them.
Oh, you are.
Okay.
Oh, God. Yeah. Okay. So if everyone can see that, it's on the front page where it says 2025 AGM. And then I think the Treasurer's report is number 7 under the agenda. And under that, it says click to open. So if you open that, now we download it by, where do we go to download, Dan?
It depends how you're opening it, but there should be a download button or a print button.
Okay. Well, perhaps if anybody's having trouble with that, they can let us know if they want to, and then we could send it out, couldn't we, by email?
Yeah, you can view it online as well, but if you want to just see.
Absolutely. Well, that's what we're doing now, isn't it? So as long as people know they can do that. But I just wanted to ask the question then to the wider audience, Dan. Has anyone got any questions about that statement of accounts for the year? Okay, we'll take that as a no. I assume that are they, is everyone muted anyway? They can't ask a question even if they want to.
They can put their hand up if they want to make any.
Oh yes, okay, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think Gordon's got his hand up, hasn't he?
Gordon's got his hand up, has he? Can't see you, Gordon. Where are you? Okay.
Gordon, hello, Gordon.
Mute, is that okay? So just a clarification, Chris, really, I might have missed what you said about the PSA testing and the costs thereof and the income that we got in donations and monies collected, because the accounts clearly show the cost of testing was 5,640, yeah?
Yeah.
And the PSA testing donations 3,403.
Yeah,
Did I hear you say something about one particular donation actually appearing in the line above in the donations and sponsorships?
They do. There's
so what I'm getting at is that the lines that show the costs on the left-hand side and the income on the right-hand side don't reflect the sort of marginal costs of what the PSA testing cost us. We actually got more money in than it cost us. Is that right or not?
It is right. It's just a matter of where they're shown. It won't make any difference to the bottom figures. But the Worcester Ambassadors, I think, is the one you're referring to. And their 3,365 is within the donations and sponsorships figure of 28,981.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I think that's terrific. I just wanted to applaud the fact that we've moved from a position only a year before of there being a net cost to one of actually being able to get support in donations and the monies received on the days, to it not costing, but being able to go ahead in the future with the PSA testing with some confidence compared with the concerns that were in the past. So well done to everybody.
You're entirely right. The PSA testing, we got in more money than it cost this time. Yeah.
Wonderful. Wonderful.
As everybody says, of course, we can't be complacent and think that the people who gave us money last year will continue this year. But I know that I believe that the group owes a debt of gratitude to both Paul Markle and Peter Corbishley for their unstinting efforts in raising funds. Peter on the sponsorships for PSA testing in particular.
Can I just have a little word about that? It is complicated looking at it on the, I don't fully understand it, nor did I at all understand what happened last year as far as the PSA tests were reported or not reported on the finance side. What I can do is give reassurances now that as Gordon said, in 2024, the 2 events that we were involved in, not 3, the third one was a Witch Haven event that we just were there to help with administration. So we had 2 events, one at Pershaw, one at Kidderminster, and in both cases we had donations that covered every penny of those tests. And at both events, we took in money from donations from grateful men. An example, the Kidderminster one, £1,200 was taken in on the night. That money is going to the next PSA testing event, which is on the 8th of March in Redditch. And as of yesterday, the £5,200 needed for 200 men to be tested at Redditch. The final 3,500 that we were looking for was donated to us through one of the trusts that our good friend Ian Smith is involved in. So that somebody might say a bit more about that, but it's just to reassure anybody listening that the PSA testing events that we do doesn't have any negative effect on our balances, as was the case in 2023. There is a positive effect in as much as money is forthcoming from the donations, and that is carried forward to the next event. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Right.
And there's one other short point, sorry, Chair, which is really to use an item which I think I'm right in saying was the cost of the adverts for the newsletter, which I know was subbed by one of our members. We've had an advertisement in the newsletters, in my experience, for a very, very long time. Alan Morris, the estate agent, is a fantastic supporter of the prostate cancer support group. And if it hasn't been possible yet to send him some sort of acknowledgement, I know that he will have been in one form or another, but he's been such a long time supporter through putting those adverts in the newsletter. I think it would be extremely good and gracious to actually send him a kind note, as well as whatever you wish, in recognition of his tremendous support.
Okay, yes, thank you, Gordon. We'll do that. We will do that. Right, South Worcestershire Group. Would Colin like to just say a few words about what plans you've got for the year after last year? Is Colin on?
Yep, he's there. He just needs to get off mute.
Is he still locked down?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, Colin, yeah.
Okay, so plans for the coming year, 3 open meetings, the first in Worcestershire. And as you mentioned, Mary, in your chair's report, we don't yet have a speaker confirmed. But we aim to approach Dr. Capaldi to see if she can present something, particularly for stage 4 members.
Yeah.
So that will be in Worcester in March, and then later in the year, 2 more at Pershaw. No speaker yet for the second one in the first one in Pershaw, the second one of the year. But for the third one, I've got a friend of mine who's agreed to come and speak to us. He's a stage 4 prostate cancer patient who is currently undergoing clinical trials. So I thought that would be an interesting topic for us.
Excellent, yeah.
Then on Coffee and Chats, we've got one organised for, where is it now? Oh, goodness.
Redditch.
Redditch, yes, thank you, Phil. Mine's gone blank. Yes, so Redditch to follow up on the PSA testing event, basically. So 2 weeks or so after the PSA testing event, we've got a coffee and chat there. The second one, I'm currently looking at Great Malvern, the Cube, and I've got some quotes in for that. And then the third one, yet to be decided, possibly Worcester, possibly somewhere else. Open two suggestions as to where we might hold the third one.
Okay, that's good. Yes, we haven't got all ours settled for the north either. So we've got Paul's doing one at the Pines Golf Club in April, aren't you? So we've got that to start half the year, and then John Moss is doing his normal one in Stourbridge in November. So we've just got to find another place to do one in the summertime. Okay, right. Membership secretary and lead for some support contacts report, Derek.
Right. Firstly, I would once again like to thank all the support contacts who continue to support their members, who I'm sure look forward to their calls. I know the ones on my list really appreciate being contacted. And a special thank you to the ones who have gone the extra mile and have above 20 members, with one support contact having 55 members and another 30. Excuse me. We had 58 new members last year and 62 this year, the most in the previous last 5 years. We have 16 support contacts this year compared to 22 last year, as I mentioned. As of right now, we have 527 members divided as follows: 6 honorary members, 52 members who prefer not to have support, 87 who have not yet been assigned a support contact, and 39 who cannot be reached by phone, email or post. The last category is concerning, since in addition to the fact that we are unable to support them, it's possible that they have moved on and aren't even receiving the supporters magazine. The remaining 341 members are supported by the 16 support contacts, and we urgently need additional support contacts to assign the 87 members to. We will once again hold a meeting for the support contacts in March this year. I will send out an email with the date, time and place soon. Also, the details of the meeting will be announced in the supporters magazine and on the website. And lastly, once again, please contact me if you'd like to volunteer. My details, excuse me, my details are on the supporters magazine or on the website. And thank you all again. And just another note, the chair mentioned the volunteers. Well, Alison passed me the list of volunteers, and I'm going to add them to the main database. Thank you.
Right, Peter Corbishley, editor.
Thank you, Mary. One word that sticks in my mind that I've heard several times from our guest speakers, from Paul Rajaban particularly, and Adel Makar, and that is always saying that Worcestershire is an outlier. I take that as a compliment, and I'd like to think also that the fact that out of the 142 prostate cancer support groups affiliated to tackle, we're the only ones that do produce a quarterly printed magazine, which, you know, we've got every reason to feel very proud. It has grown, as Mary had mentioned, from say 12 pages to 24 pages, and the number of copies from 750 to 900. Thanks to the efforts of Nikki Langford, the secretary, the cost of the magazine has reduced substantially to about £800 per issue. But you can imagine also that the postage costs are going up all the time. So my vision for 2025 is that we reduce the number of copies sent out to members, to those members, sorry, who would be happy to receive an online version only. And we try and find out who they are. And we increase, though, the number of copies printed so that more can be sent out to primary care networks across the county and other important organisations. As an example, Vale of Evesham have recently received 35, which was 5 copies for all of their 7 medical centres. And Droitwich have just asked the same, and again, they have 35 are coming their way. So looking back on the 4 issues very, very briefly of 2024, in March, we showcased our amazing donors with photos of the Rainbow Trust, Bewdley Tractor Rally, Kidderminster Male Choir. They're all on the front cover, and 5 inside pages were devoted to showing that that is what made our organisation viable. We also highlighted the formation of the Herefordshire Prostate Cancer Support Group and our decision to hold the coffee and chat over the border in Ledbury to support them. The new partners group were featured as well, and Ian Smith's incredible work that he's done in Worcestershire to do with the Boys Need Bins campaign. So that was the March one. The June one, we extended the printing deadline to be able to cover the male voice choir from Worcester, who were reporting on their Men United project. They raised £30,000, sadly not for us, but for Prostate Cancer UK. Nevertheless, we had several of our members took part in this, and they had a wonderful time, great experience for them indeed. We also devoted space to new fundraisers like the Worcestershire Ambassadors, Evesham Rotary, Southco Manufacturing as well. Into September now, the choral event there, the already mentioned by Mary, the Kidderminster Male Choir, that was a 40-strong pop-up choir, many of whom were recovering from prostate cancer or who were supportive family members. It was an unforgettable event for those who attended that, and as has already been reported, a huge donation came our way, much of which then went out, £6,500 went out to the urology unit charity for help in paying for a biopsy chair. We also devoted a few pages to the sad death of Mark Howard, whose articles for someone on stage 4 were absolutely remarkable. Their openness, his justifiable anger at times, but never far away was dry humour and self-deprecation. It'll be hard to replace the 1,000 words that he dedicated to each of the issues of the magazine. Finally, in December 2024, the focus then turned towards the group itself, with Mary stepping down after 4 years of chair and 20 years as secretary, when the Reverend Paul Brothwell was the chair. As we know, she'll continue on the committee with Alison taking over as chair. So lots of changes that have already been mentioned. And we can say now that we've really got quite a revamped committee. So that was, mainly our main focus then in December. So we've got around all the important people, the people who've donated in the past, the people who have donated during the year, the new people coming on board and refreshing our committee. And I think that, we can look forward to 2025 with, I think great optimism. One thing I'd like to mention, though, is that I would very much appreciate support for me as editor of the magazine and writing the articles, editing them and planning and so forth. Anybody also with an interest or a previous career in graphic design, that too would be, most appreciated. My time as editor, I think, is limited, and I think that I would hope that in a year's time that somebody would be in a position to take over. But that's an invitation to come forward, have a chat with me if you want to help out in this sector. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Peter. Right, the share, Paul. Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
You're on mute, Paul.
Can you hear us, Matt? Can you? Daniel, Daniel, can you let Paul talk?
He has to unmute himself. I'll need to click the microphone button.
Okay, you've got to unmute it yourself. You've got to press your button on the top.
If it's an iPad, it'll be on the bottom.
Yeah, Val, if you touch the screen, and then icons will appear on the bottom, and you'll see the little microphone with a red line through it.
Should we phone them, Nikki? I don't think they hear what you're saying.
I think Val's saying that she can't get herself off mute, unfortunately.
She can't get it off, no.
Could be a permissions thing. It's an Apple device.
Gone now. Can you
Can you
hear
hear
me?
us now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Okay, okay.
Just before we go on to the shed, could I thank those that turned up for the tractor run on Boxing Day? Certainly our members. It was probably the best tractor run we've had in the past 8 years that I've been involved in it, for 3 reasons. A, the number of tractors involved, the amount of money we raised, which is over £5,000, and the turnout, which I believe was about 3,000. About 3,000 people turned out. There's a road called Windermere Way. I believe the majority of households, they turned out to watch the procession. They do this on a regular basis each year, but it was a fantastic achievement for everyone. And a big thank you to the volunteers that helped raise money. I think Martin Harrington, he got a reputation for mugging old ladies, but we won't say too much about that. Anyway, the shed, I did put together what I believe to be a fairly comprehensive report, which was published in the magazine. So I'm not planning to give you a second dose of that. What I will do is pick out a number of items from it, just so people understand what is meant by the shed. It's not a wooden structure, it's a concept. It's nothing new. There's a complete organisation throughout the country that runs sheds, and it's really a venue to pursue practical interests. We have lost a couple of guys recently. They're no longer with us. So I'm planning to use the coffee and chats to try and organise a few more fellas to come along and join us. We have an allotment, as many of you will know, that was heavily knocked about by the weather we've had this year, an awful lot of rain, which I believe affected our yield of vegetables. We organised a quiz. We have a further quiz organised for the 3rd of April this year, from 4 o'clock till 6 p.m. I'm looking for 12 teams of 4. The reason it's 4 o'clock, it's because the people that normally use the facilities at Leakgate, they all leave about 3 in order to avoid the congestion. We'll make it 4 till 6. The reason it's April is because we have the lighter nights, and rather than having to make your way to Leakgate in the dark, it'll be in April, as I say, from 4 till 6. We have Chris Marsh and his wife Claire, Steve and Jackie Meredith, who are current champions, so that they'll be there to try and swiftly raise the trophy again from us. just going back to the setup at the shed, we had Sarah Gray from Tackle come along some time ago to see what we were doing at the shed. She was so impressed. She'd like to see other support groups do something very similar to what we're doing. But the chances of actually finding a facility like Leapgate, I think, is fairly, well, it's not going to be very easy. So where are we now? We are planning, I haven't spoken to Wendy all but yet, but we would like to do another boat trip and organise some additional visits as and when we can. That just about concludes, I think. And again, if we can try and get a barbecue, but it's all weather dependent. We are out in the open. What I can't really afford to do is spend a lot of money on food for the weather to put a stop to it, because that money would be lost. So, but we will give it a try. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Right. Okay. We have missed out the partners group, but Alison, I don't know if you want to just say the lady, tell us the name of the lady again who's taking over the partners group.
Yeah, so we've been running a partners group now for just over 12 months, and we meet every other month in Worcester. We generally have between 10 and 12 partners coming along to share their experiences of what it's like to be the partner of a man either going through treatment or living with prostate cancer. Because I'm now going to be chair, I'm going to hand the group over to Gwyn Scolari, who have had several conversations with her. I saw her today actually, so she will lead it going forward, and I'll let the partners know tomorrow.
Thank you very much. Right, okay, then we need to vote in the sorry, am I? Yes, here we go. Sorry, I knew I got a piece of paper for everything. Yes, so basically, election of the officers. If everybody can, if anybody could start us off with our. I told you I'd do this, Nikki. Go blank.
It's okay. So
our
for the post of chair, if we could just have a proposer and a seconder, please, for that to be approved.
Yes, thank you.
Do we have a proposer and a seconder for Alison?
Yeah,
I propose Alison.
I didn't see who said that.
Well, I did, Chris.
Thank you. Yeah, if you could say your name, I've got a screen full of faces in front of me. So I can't always work out.
And Paul seconded it. Paul seconded.
I'll second it. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. So the rest of the trustees, then, can we do in a block? Are you all very happy?
Just need the secretary and the treasurer, and the rest can be all done together.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. So treasurer, okay, everybody.
Yeah. I'll second Chris as treasurer.
Oh, we need to start her first. Thank you.
Oh, secretary.
Sorry, I can't.
Where are you?
Looking down, so I can't respond to waves. What's the name of the proposer, please?
I'll propose. Is this for the secretary or the?
Yes.
Yeah.
Treasurer.
This is for treasurer. Then we'll do secretary.
I'll propose Chris.
Okay. Can you give me a name, because I isn't helping me. Thank you.
Okay.
And seconder,
then
please.
And then seconded, Paul had already done it.
I'll second that. Yeah.
Thank you.
So then
I need 3 pairs of eyes.
I know you do. Can somebody vote? Would somebody like to vote Nikki into secretarial role for the group and secretary for the minutes, etc.?
Okay. Proposer, please give me your name.
Dan.
Dan, thank you, Dan. Seconder, please, your name.
I'll second it, Val.
Thank you.
Thank you, Val. Thank you.
So the remaining posts, we can do them all on a block. So if we just need a proposer and a seconder, that all of those posts as listed are all endorsed, please. Thank you.
I can propose that, Alison.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I'll second it. It's Val.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
You're learning.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us tonight. It's been interesting. I love this AGM in a way, and we have to do it anyway. All the paperwork has to go through. Most of the paperwork has to go through to the Charity Commission, and we have to stand by it. So Nick and I will get together and I'll sign some of the paperwork and we'll get that sorted. Thank you very, very much. Those that have helped, those that have been and left, that have helped us in the past. People like Val, we will miss very much, definitely. So, yeah, but you will come and be with us sometimes, won't you?
Yeah, most definitely.
So
Mary,
thank you very much.
Sign off. Can you just invite anyone to make any final questions or comments?
Yes, please do. Yes. Has anybody got any comments to make? Or ask any questions, please?
Right. Can I just say that I've spoken to the agent for our insurance. I've also spoken to Chris. The figure we've got this year is, I think it's £831. And we've agreed that it's only slightly above what we paid last year.
Is it?
Nikki did raise an issue as to whether we should specifically identify the tractor run activities down sorry, let's see. No, well, the leap gate's already down, but just to put Nikki's question to bed, so to speak, our insurance covers all our activities. It's a comprehensive insurance for charities. So whatever we do, whether it's a tractor run, activities in the south, they're all covered under that umbrella. So we don't need to worry about actually identifying each specific event.
Okay.
So what we are doing, I'm waiting for an invoice to come through from the brokers, and then I'll send that on to Chris for payment.
Thanks for sorting that out.
Any more questions from anybody?
Right. So there's quite a few with their hands up. So let's just go around the screen. So Peter Corbishley.
Okay, a couple of things quickly. First of all, just to let people know, one of the targets for 2025 is to try and raise awareness in the Redditch area. As we've already mentioned, we've got a coffee and chat there, but before that, we've got the PSA testing event. I'm sure that's going to sell out, or well, it's free for everybody, but I mean, you know, that those numbers, the 200 will go pretty quickly there. We might need to expand if we have money donated to us, you know, to make that possible. But it's just that focus on Redditch, so that if anybody has got any contacts in Redditch that might be able to help us in any way, we've only got 6 members of the 520 odd that Derek announced who live in the Redditch area. We've got to increase that in this coming year. That's the first point. Second point, very quickly, I'm going to predict here the big thing, I think, in 2025 is to move away from talk perhaps about, you know, about the PSA testing as far as, you know, like breast cancer screening and so forth, that is concerned. I think one aspect of PSA testing is going to dominate things in 2025. And that is still, as we found in Redditch yesterday when we attended the event there, the mental health awareness event, the big thing there is the access to GPs. So many GPs are going against the NHS directives, and you look on the NHS site, as I did today, to check this out, that once a guy over the age of 50 goes forward, has had all the information, considered it, and asked the GP for a test, he is entitled to have that test. I think this is not happening all over the country. It was a very big, you know, it was the main article of news on Luke North on Monday last week about this very issue. I think that'll be the big thing this coming year. So what I'm saying is, if people can find out a little bit more about what's happening in their own GP surgery or in their primary care network and feed that back to somebody on the committee, that would be greatly appreciated. We've got to know, you know, really where, if we're exaggerating this problem or if this really is a major problem. But we do need to know, and you know, anybody listening in today can help out there. Thank you.
Thank you. I think it's also most important that this Chris, what's his name? Chris Hoy is helped to bring out the fact that men as young as he can get prostate cancer in such a bad way that it's already spread through his body. But I think they're talking about 45 being the age they can start having the reading through, if they can get that pushed through. It should be 40. Because a lot of people like Chris Hoy has already got that cancer there for some years for it to go that far. Unfortunately, people don't realise this. And I know when I dealt with families where 3 brothers were involved with prostate cancer, the youngest one was always the one who went first because they were very young and their hormones were very strong, you know, and it went through their bodies very, very quickly. The one man was only 42 when he died. You know, so things like this has been there for a long time. We've been trying to say for a long time that men with a history, family history, should have the PSA done at 40.
Just picking up from what Peter was saying regarding doctor's surgeries, our local surgery, if you want to speak to a doctor, it's usually a phone call. I wouldn't let a garage diagnose a problem with my car over the phone. So how on earth GPs think they can diagnose problems over the phone? It's beyond me.
Oh, and don't find that with our surgery. They usually tell you to come in if it's something that you need to be seen, definitely. Occasionally we've had phone calls for Mike just to say things are all right with his drugs or anything, but and we haven't really had that problem at our surgery. It's been quite good. But anyway, right.
Gerard, I think wanted to make a comment, Gerard.
Yes.
Yeah.
I gave, when I stepped down from the committee, I gave 4 copies of the volunteers, 1 to Alison, 1 to Mary, 1 to Peter Corbishley, and 1 to Paul. Have any of them got them?
I haven't looked. I haven't looked, but I will have a look. I probably have still got it in that case.
We've got your list, Gerard, because
you have.
Yeah, because Derek's mentioned earlier, he's been sent them with a few names under the different areas that you put those names down.
There should have been about 130, 140, Phil.
All right, okay. I'll have a look because Peter's sent it across, scanned it and sent it across. So I think Derek or myself can easily just check that. But there's quite a few names.
Well, if you, what I'll try and do is I deleted everything because like sitting down from the committee, I shouldn't have them type of things. What I'll try and do is if you haven't, I'll try and see whether I can.
There's 3 separate sheets that Peter sent across.
I think there's about 3 or 4 sheets.
Yeah. So hopefully
the only areas I haven't done is Worcestershire, Worcester, and surrounding areas of Worcester, Powick and Malvern and that. So they're the areas that are going to be done.
Gordon had already done that, hadn't he?
Not that I
Derek,
know of,
did you
no.
want to make a comment? Derek, unmute yourself. Want to speak?
You've got to take your Derek.
Right. I said earlier, I've got the 3 sheets and I'm going to put them onto the main database. Can you hear me?
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you, Gerard. Thank you.
No problem.
Are you still in Devon or you?
No, we go down to Devon in April. Yeah.
Right. And
all right, just one thing from me. I'd just like to take this opportunity to say thank you to Mary for everything that she's done over the last 20 years for the charity. So on behalf of myself and the committee, we'd just like to say thank you for everything that you've done, and I will do my very best to carry on the great work that you've been doing over these last 20 years.
You will. You will.
Yeah.
Yes, thank you. Thank you. Thank you very much. Right, any more? Nikki, can you, any more hands?
No, I can't see any hands held up, but I have a couple of queries of names, because there's 2 names that have gone off the screen.
Okay.
And it says on it, Galley. So can I have the name of that person, please?
Dave.
And is that your surname? So it's Dave
No,
Galley.
Galley, that's the surname.
Yeah, yes.
Sorry, I didn't catch that. Somebody spoke over you.
Dave Galley.
Dave Galley, perfect. And then there's another one which just says Ian iPhone.
Ian Haywood.
No, there's another one that says Ian iPhone.
Okay.
Yeah, Ian iPhone 2. Yeah.
Ian Haywood's on a different screen. I've got Ian brackets iPhone 2. Is that Ian Haywood as well? No.
Got the picture of, is it Victoria at the back?
Yeah, actually, I'm not sure if he's there anymore. But
He's just on mute.
So Ian, it says on your screen, Ian iPhone 2. Can you just unmute yourself and give me your name, or does anybody know who that is?
No, I don't know the name. I don't know the name.
Okay, you might have just left the room.
Okay.
Can I just make a quick comment on Peter just mentioned about the Redditch PSA testing and all the hard work that went in yesterday's meeting. And we only had 8 people sign up. That we're now up to 92 places. I've just looked, 92 places have been signed up for out of 120. I know that's going to go to 200, but that just shows a little bit of publicity, a little bit of speaking in the right areas. And we also had a meeting with the Masons as well, which they put a vote in. But 92 people, and it was 8 people early this week, I'm sure it was. So that's just fantastic news, I think, especially if you want to get a footprint in Redditch.
Yeah, just adding to that, it was 43 at 10:30 last night. Sorry, it sounds very nerdish, this, doing things at 10:30 at night, but it was only 43. So that's amazing. That, I mean, I knew that, by lunchtime it was about 60 odd, but it's really taken off there. And that's without the 100 posters that we handed out yesterday. They'll only today just be, well, at best, be being displayed around the place. So yeah, that's quite amazing. Thanks for that update, Phil.
Okay then. Is that everything then, do you think, Nikki? Do you think yes?
Yes,
thank you very much.
I still need the name of Ian iPhone 2. I saw his face appear again a moment ago, and now it's gone again.
Oh, so he is still around then? I can't see on.
Yeah.
Right, I've messaged him, Nikki, on the chat, but
okay. I can see the top of his head. So Ian, with on your screen it says Ian iPhone 2. Could you just unmute and give me your name, please, just for the minutes? Or respond to the chat. Oh, there you are. You're on the move.
You need to unmute.
Should all be unmuted now.
But again, you need to unmute yourself, Ian. If that's your name.
I think he's struggling.
Oh, it's not. I think it's Ian Mapp, isn't it?
Does anybody know who it is? No, because Ian Mapp's on.
No, Ian Mapp.
Oh, he's not. No.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. Right. Okay, you've got that. Too many Ians.
Yeah, there's a lot of Ians. Okay, well, he's gone
video,
now.
but...
I'll have to try and find out his name just for the minutes. Okay, so if nobody else has got their hand up or any other comments, I think we can we can
close down. And thank you very much. We've had a lovely turnout this year. I think that's down to Alison and Daniel getting extra emails out to everybody, I think, isn't it? Thank you. Thank you for turning out anyway. Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.